was wondering if anyone would show up. Didn't expect it to be you. Aren't you busy? Should you really be drinking right now?
I'll drink whenever the hell I want to drink, Zhao. And don't forget, I was a regular at this place before you were.
Oh, is that how you want to play it? Okay, well, if we're doing that, then who's the newcomer in Ijincho, Kasuga? You or me?
Fair point.
And this whole schooling you as your senpai thing sure is embarrassing.
Yeah, you win.
Anyway, sit down, yeah?
You know, when we're out drinking like this, it's hard to imagine you ever being the leader of a gang.
Everyone's the same once you strip off the mask they put on for work. Rich, poor, leader, follower, whatever. You never know what people are really like.
Right. You can't judge someone just by looks alone. The important part is what's on the inside.
You catch on fast, Kasuga-kun.
Nah, I'm just stating the obvious, man.
Gotta look at someone's character to see whether they'd be a good leader or not. All jokes aside, there's this whole idea of being next in line just because you're the boss's son. No logic in it, but it's always there.
Yeah, can't choose who your parents are. Still, wasn't there some way you could have given up the throne? Not everybody's cut out to run a gang. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm sure somebody else would have stepped up if you had stepped down. Most important thing in any group is the leader being a good fit.
I don't know if I was a good fit or not, but I was a pretty sharp kid back then. If I put my mind to it, I could excel at pretty much anything. Sports, school, all that shit. And I don't remember losing any fights either. I was a lot craftier than the other kids.
Sounds like you were pretty talented.
I just didn't give a flying fuck, that's all. Guess that's what happens when you're good at everything.
Real modest, aren't you?
Up until I swapped places with my old man, we were always fighting with our rivals in Chinatown. But after their boss, Lau Ka Long, bit the big one, the Ijin 3 got their stalemate going.
Your rivals from Chinatown. Are you talking about the Snakeflower Triad? Heard they were pretty crazy.
They pulled out of Japan a long time ago. There's not many of them left.
Oh, so you became the leader of the Yokohama Lumong after the Snakeflower Triad was out of the picture.
Just about. Had to have been almost 10 years ago. Honestly, the whole thing was a pain in the ass. Ogi Kubo let me in on the whole counterfeit bills thing right away. Also told me about how the stalemate in Ijincho was rigged from the start.
Man, still can't hardly believe that.
The only people in the Lumong that knew about that were my dad and the old guard. The new boys kept saying they wanted to move in and take over, but it was always up to me to keep them on their leashes. Then it was no ambition this and weak-ass bitch that. Sounds like a fun job, eh?
Haven't seen this side of you before, Zhao. You're really starting to open up and let loose. How many have you had?
It's not like I gotta worry about the gang anymore, so I'll get as drunk as I damn well please. Is that a problem?
Hell no, it's not. I was just saying, it's been fun.
Fun, huh? Well, maybe I have shown too much of my hand. If I was still the boss, my bodyguards would have stopped me by now.
Oh, really? I hope I didn't kill your buzz.
Nah, I know you're the kind of guy that just says whatever pops into his head. I'm gonna go sober up.
超かっこええな。
Yeah, sure. Let's get another drink when you're up for it.
Sounds good. Same goes for you, all right?
Yeah, looking forward to it. You drinking, Namba?
Oh, Ichiban. Glad you're here. We need to talk.
We do? Is it something serious?
Look, I need to tell you I'm sorry. For lying.
You mean about chasing the counterfeit bill?
Yeah. Think you can forgive me?
Come on, you know we're past that. What's important is your brother got released. All's well that ends well, right? That said, maybe now's a good time to tell me if there's any other holes in your story. You really were a nurse at some point, right?
Well, of course I was a nurse. How else could I have brought you back from the brink of death?
Good point. Then, what about the part where you sold hospital meds? Didn't you say that's how you got your nursing license revoked?
Well, that's the short version, but it's more complicated, actually.
What do you mean?
You'll be the first person I've ever told this to, so I hope you plan on sitting for a while.
Yeah, man. I'm all ears.
Back in elementary school, I read about Florence Nightingale. That's when I knew I was meant to be a nurse. Helping the sick, people being grateful for it, it's all I ever wanted in life. But when I finally put on my scrubs, it was different. Endless late shifts, difficult patients, never a word of thanks. Eventually, I just stopped caring. Little by little, I started cutting corners any way I could. I'd pretend not to hear the intercom, and instead, I'd go doze off somewhere. By the time I hit 40, I had no idea why I ever went into the field. Then one day, this new girl named Mizue showed up. And in her introduction, she brought up who else but Nightingale.
Just like you, huh?
We had the same role model, but she still had her spirit. She would rush toward every patient in the ward, never missed a beat. On top of that, she always had the sweetest smile.
So, you had a thing for her?
Are you kidding me? She was 23 and a looker, and I was just a middle-aged loser.
Ever seen those old dudes walking around with hot young arm candy? You gotta be like those guys.
Well, those guys also have cash to spare.
Not always. If you could clean up a little and stay on top of the trends, I bet you'd be covered in ladies, instead of pigeon shit.
Wow. Can't believe you'd say that to my face. But you're probably right.
Yeah, anyway, back to Mizue-chan. What happened?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whenever I saw her working, I could feel my old self coming back. That young version of me, who used to give it his all.
Well, that's a good sign.
If only I had half her stamina and wasn't twice her age. Anyway, one night I was a little sleepier than usual. So I went out to the back lawn, thinking maybe I could sneak in a nap. And suddenly, I heard a noise from behind. I turned around to find the storeroom we keep the medicine in wide open. And Mizue-chan was walking out alone.
Was she restocking? I mean, if you were slacking off, she was probably having to bust her ass.
Well, that's the thing. In our hospital, only the pharmacists have access to the storeroom. Mizue-chan and I were just nurses. We didn't even need to go in there.
Then what was she doing?
Well, at the time, there was a rumor floating around the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Medicine would keep disappearing. The list never matched the inventory. According to the rumors, someone was swiping medicine and selling it. Illegally.
No way. And that was Mizue-chan?
It was. As my eyes adjusted, I could clearly see her arms were full of medicine boxes.
But why would she need to sell medicine?
From what I heard, her parents were under a mountain of debt. So, to lighten some of their load, Mizue-chan was paying everything she could. But a single nurse's salary wouldn't get them out of the hole. No way.
So she was stealing the meds to do it?
Yep. And I was the sole eyewitness. Thing is, Mizue-chan never noticed me there. Now, if it was you, Ichiban, what would you have done?
Well, calling her out on it would seem to be the right thing to do. But I guess she wasn't stealing it just to be a criminal, huh?
Not in the slightest. She was only doing it for her family. I mean, yeah, she was breaking the law. But she wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Plus, getting caught would cost her her job. Then the debt would only have gotten worse. With all that in mind, I'd say it's a pretty tough call to make.
Now you're on the same page I was. Anyway, in the end, all I could do was watch her walk away without saying a word. If there ever was a criminal who deserved a free pass, it was Mizue-chan. That was what I thought at the time. So I turned a blind eye.
And what happened after that?
It wasn't long before Mizue-chan's actions caught up with her. The hospital director decided to get the police involved and started gathering evidence.
He waited that long to take action?
Well, he was trying to resolve it internally, being that the hospital's reputation was at stake. I guess he got sick of having a thief under his nose, so he escalated it to the next logical step.
But if the cops caught Mizue-chan stealing, that'd be bad news.
She'd have a police record, and her name in all the papers. To be honest, it was only a matter of time. She had her whole life ahead of her. Now, how could that happen to someone so young? And on the other hand, you've got me. A guy who totally burned out. A guy who couldn't be further from Florence Nightingale. Better a saint like Mizue-chan stay at the hospital than a sack of shit like me, wouldn't you say?
Namba? Are you telling me you...
Yeah. I went up and confessed to the whole thing. Stealing, selling, and all.
And that's how you lost your nursing license?
Yep. No, and I got fired too. Naturally.
Man, you went all out for that girl. Did she ever contact you after that? Even a call or a letter?
Not that I'm aware. In a matter of hours, I was out of a job and out on the streets.
You regret any of it?
Well, my brother disappeared not long after, so even if I didn't get canned, I would have quit on my own anyway. So, no, to answer your question. Though I do have to admit, I would like to see Mizue-chan off when she goes overseas.
She's going overseas?
Yeah. She always dreamed of running off to some developing country where they really need medical professionals.
She took that Nightingale shit seriously.
Our hospital had an international dispatch program, available to staff nurses with at least 3 years tenure. This year would be Mizue-chan's third, and I know she would take advantage of it.
Well, in that case, why not go say farewell?
If only I could. For starters, I don't even know when she leaves.
Maybe if you ask one of your old nurse buddies, they'll tell you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the little rat who stole the medicine, if you forgot that detail. They want nothing to do with me.
Well, hello, boys. Don't worry, the life of the party's here. Care to bring me up to speed?
Oh, Sachan. Wait, are you drunk?
I think you're drunk. Now, fill me in, if you please.
Oh, Namba here was going off on one of his hobo horror stories again.
Hobo horror stories?
Well, no house means no toilet, right? Care to guess what he had to do when he had the shits?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And here I was, thinking I'd get actual substance out of two grown men instead of literal crap.
Thanks for covering for me.
I got you, man.
I don't mind if we let Sayoko know at some point, but preferably not when she's plastered.
Yeah, no kidding.
もう金ができたのか。
Yes.
仲間のおかげでなんとかなりました。ふっ。なんなら300と言わず、俺の小遣い含めてもっとふっかけときゃよかったな。冗談やめてくださいよ。約束を守るために仲間と必死で集めたんですから。で、会長の方は？あいにくこっちはまだ約束を果たせちゃいねえ。委任長を任せる候補者はいねえと。ああ。青木の絶大な人気を踏まえた上で組名を任す候補となると簡単に見つかるもんじゃねえ。そっか、まあそうですよね。でも約束はちゃんと果たすつもりだぜ。お前もこうやってちゃんとお金を持ってきてくれたんだからな。よろしくお願いします。あ、俺ちょっと出かける用があるんで帰るまでに誰か見つけてもらってたら嬉しいです。どこかに出かけるのか。はい、大阪です。大阪の蒼天堀？随分急だな。またどうして？荒川のおやすさんが蒼天堀で助けがいるらしいんです。俺にも お声がかかりがありましてね。誰からそんなことを。俺が無所入る前からの舎弟です。そいつから連絡がありました。荒川が大阪に向かうらしいことは俺も聞いた。服役中だと近衛連合の若頭が出所するんだ。その出迎えらしい。近衛の若頭ってことは頭代行のおやすさんより上の人間か。ああ、渡瀬。2年前にパクられて無所に入ってたんだ。多分渡瀬荒川とは初対面ってことになるだろう。要するに荒川は渡瀬の留守中に成り上がった関東のよそ者だ。初対面の挨拶で何かしくじることがあっちゃ大問題だ。さすがの荒川も緊張してるんだろうな。それで助けがいるってことですか？そこまでは知らねえよ。本当のとこは本人に聞けばいいが。だが、またお前が荒川の前に行った途端ズバンとやられなきゃいいがな。それについちゃ俺はおやっさんを信じると決めたんで今度は呼ばれていくんです。歓迎してもらえるに決まってますよ。俺にもお前みてえな子分が欲しいよったく。まあここまでは一途だとな。おお。
Does my father really need to attend to this Sotomori thing personally?
Yes. Remember, as acting captain, Arakawa is merely keeping the seat warm for Watase. Being there in person will be a show of respect and good faith.
Fine. But why am I just now hearing about this? I said I wanted to know if he so much as breathed somewhere outside his usual places.
そんなことやってたんだお
My
前。
apologies, young master. I only just found out myself.
こっちに繋がってんのか。
Well, all we can do now is wait and see.
Wait and see what, exactly?
Masaru Watase and Masumi Arakawa are finally meeting in person after how long? If I know my dad, they're not just gonna say hi and be on their merry ways.
I highly doubt they're plotting anything.
Isn't the Omi chairman still bedridden? I've heard it's terminal.
Yes, that's correct.
Then it's past time for a potential successor to be formally named.
Actually, it may not be that urgent yet. But then again, the chairman might say Watase's release from prison is a good time to step down.
And then Watase would become chairman, naturally. I'm sure his reign would be a very long one. But Omi history will take a very different course if, say, Watase disappeared.
What?
I'm thinking dear old dad might try to make it happen.
I don't know if that's Arakawa-san's style, exactly.
You don't think so? Remember when I asked Dad to sell out the Tojo clan during the 3K plan? Well, I never told him to bring in the Omi alliance. He did that all on his own. I think it was a good decision, actually. Don't you?
Well, sure.
Thanks to him, the Tojo were driven out of Kamurocho. The 3K plan was a wild success, and my approval rating skyrocketed. I expected the Tojo clan to fall hard, but I didn't think some third-rate Tojo vermin like Dad could ever worm his way into their top ranks. Shrewd of him to do that during all the commotion. I thought he was a slow, antiquated Yakuza, and certainly not the type of man who could catch me off guard. Huh. I guess power really does corrupt, huh? Don't get me wrong. If Dad buries Watase and takes over the Omi alliance, I benefit too. Having him there would be very convenient for me. There's just one thing that feels off.
What's that?
He hasn't told me about any plan to off Watase at their meeting. That's evidence against my theory. I'll have to see what happens. If all they do is greet each other, I was wrong.
Look.
On the other hand, if he wastes Watase and still doesn't see fit to tell me, that would be a betrayal I cannot tolerate.
Arakawa-san won't betray you.
He better not. His little Yakuza club only has power because I extend it to them. I've come a long way since the Kamurocho 3K plan. I'm at the top of the political pyramid now, which means I need to know what's happening in the underworld. The hierarchy should be very clear at this point,
and I expect people to fall in line. That's a matter of policy, and family is no exception.
ああ、やっぱりこの人もあれか。
Sawashiro, between me and my father, to whom would you
葛
swear
藤があるわけか、やっ
complete
ぱり。
fealty?
Arakawa-san sent me to do as you command. His orders were to put you and your interests above everything else.
My interest is for you to watch his every move and report them to me.
Understood. I'll send Tendo to Osaka. He seems to have rapport with Arakawa-san.
天童って誰だっけ？射程のやつ。
Patriarch Tendo, when'd you get in?
Just this afternoon. Tomorrow, the captain's getting out of prison.
Oh, really?
Not something civilians like you need to worry about. The wise thing to do would be to mind your own business.
Is that a threat, sir? Don't joke like that, man. Your fists ought to require a weapons permit.
Say what now?
Nothing. I got work to do, just like you said. See ya.
キャバクラか。何？ボクサーがキャバクラ行ってどうすんの？結局みんな来たんかい。
Hey, can I get a refill over here?
Oh, make it 2.
Hey, Ichiban. You look like a teenage girl waiting for a text from her boyfriend. Put it down and relax. Have a drink with us.
Yeah, we're in Osaka after all.
Stop giving me shit! See, this is why I wanted to come alone.
Where are you going, Kasuga-san?
I bet it's not to take a leak. He hardly drank a sip.
めっちゃからかわれるよ。危険度4か。一番、おい、どこ行くんだよ。一人でやる位置危ねえだろ。
I'm getting antsy waiting for this call from Mitsu. Could be any second now.
それを
Didn't you
待
say
てっ
he
て言う
was
んだよ。
busy planning Watase's welcome back from prison party?
Something like that. Some big party at Omi HQ. What a load of crap, huh? Can't he see that Arakawa-san's plans are way more important?
No, but wasn't he expecting you to be here tomorrow, not today? Dude, you're the one who jumped the gun and got here early. Kinda douchey for you to
そうなんだ。
complain now.
じゃあしょうがねえ
Who
わな。
are you, Mama Kasuga?
Someone's gotta be. But hey, listen. I overheard something that'll interest you. There was a group of people in here chatting about Arakawa being in town. It's big news, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, sounds like folks are worried that a war might break out between Arakawa and Watase. It's just a rumor, but wisdom of the crowd and all.
Shh! I got a text.
Yeah? From Mitsu?
Aw, man, what the hell?
What's wrong?
It's from Nick Ogata.
ニック
He texted me, I finally got a pic with Kamala. Great, so glad you told me about that, Nick.
Ichiban, did you see my photo? Nobody ever manages
人の気も知らないで。のんきやな。
So crafty, you never know where his fuzzy little ears will pop up. I'm beside myself. I can't believe I found him.
All right, I get it.
Huh? What's got your coat?
I'm sorry, but I'm really tied up right now. It'd be a big help if you didn't call me for a couple days, okay?
Well, look who's a busy bee. You visiting a lot of pretty flowers these days?
No, it's nothing about girls. Listen, I'll call you when things settle down. I'm happy you found Kamala.
I was just teasing. Why are you so mad? Be more like Kamulov. He's never hopping mad.
I gotta go, man.
Hopping mad?
そうだよ、カリカリしても意味ねえだろ。
Hey, Kasuga.
if you're gonna be a pain in everyone's ass, just go to Homie HQ already.
Huh?
Come on. Since when do you sit around and wait for anyone, anyhow? Besides, if a war really does break out like these people think, your precious Arakawa-san could be in actual danger.
Hey, Itachi-san.
確かに。
You're absolutely right. Screw waiting. Time to go.
Yeah, that's it.
Like devils on each other's shoulders.
確かにな。でもさすがに近江連合のさ、本部に勝ち込むのはあんまりな。
Listen.
しっかり準備してから向かおうぜ。確か川沿いにでかいショッピングセンターあった気がするよ。なら一旦そこで必要なものを揃えましょう。
Mitsu, you took forever, man. How long were you gonna leave me hanging?
Sorry, Aniki. I had to find somewhere out of earshot. Not so easy around here.
Where are you now?
Omi Alliance headquarters. The officers that got here early have me slaving away in the kitchen.
They wanted to pregame, huh? I've been seeing tons of catering people going in.
You have? Aniki, are you?
Yeah, I'm just outside. Wanted to save you the trouble of calling me, but I guess it's too late for that.
すんげえヤクザって感じよな。
Why on earth would you do that?
Arakawa-san's in there right now, isn't he?
What? Yeah, he's here. But don't come in. I need to arrange a secure meeting spot for you two. I need more time.
No way. You have no freaking clue how long I've been
待
waiting
って
for
やれ
this.
よ、そりゃ。
Come on, dude. I told you to stay in Yokohama until I contacted you.
Yeah, I think you might have said that.
Might? I said it clear as day.
Well, surprise, I'm here a little early. You would be too if you were me.
Come on.
God damn it, man. Fine. But for now, get the hell out of here. You do know that if someone at HQ recognizes you, you're fucked, right?
お前さ、バカだろ。
Oh, chill out. It's not like the place is crawling with Omi or anything. It's just these catering guys rolling their stuff around. Hey, if I disguise myself as one of them, I could
だから
slip
待ってや
right
れ
in.
よ。荒川さんに
Stop right there. Don't even think about
迷惑かけてどうすん
Sue,
の。
I need to see Arakawa-san.
いやだから
I need
待
to.
ってやれって。
This has been on my mind ever since he shot me in Kamurocho.
待ってやれよ、それ。
No, you don't get it. You can't. And
Ah.
I don't give a shit. I'm going
マ
in.
ジかよ。
Wait, Aniki.
Where is he in the headquarters?
Look, you need to.
Not gonna tell me? I see how it is. Guess I'll have to ask around inside.
You're gonna get mobbed, dude.
I'll take down anyone who stands between me
だ
and
からそういうこ
Arakawa-san.
とじゃないだろ。助けがいるっていうのはそういうことじゃないんだよ。
Hey, if you just tell me where he is, I'll do my best to avoid any fights.
マジでバカ。
Promise.
いや、マジで。
Okay. Arakawa-san. He's in a room called the Dragon Chamber. Pretty deep inside HQ.
Dragon Chamber. Got it. Is he
な
alone?
んでかな。
He has some guests.
だからさ、
Alright.
本当に。
Thanks, Mitsu.
Aniki, are you really going to do this?
Okay. I know where Arakawa-san is now.
Finally beat it out of him, huh? No, let's go then.
No, I should do this alone. I'll be okay.
何を。
And look,
大丈夫
guys,
だよ。
I'm grateful to all of you for coming this far with me. But there'll be no hard feelings if you want to bail.
Really? You're pulling this martyr shit now?
Yeah, what's with pushing us away?
You know, we didn't come to Osaka for the pleasure cruise.
マジ頼むぜ。
Hey, look what I found. This box was just sitting over there. And by the way, I feel the same as the rest of them. Osaka's been fun, but playing tourist is getting old.
That's quite a find. It should make getting in much smoother.
Guys, thank you.
Keep moving! Keep moving! Straight back to the parking garage!
There's the waiting room. You lost or something, pal? Yeah? Hey, someone deal with this guy.
So good.
Hey, catering boys, over here! Careful where you step now. Everyone's famished as hell. Any moment, they're gonna start hollering for food.
Yo, someone go see if any more trucks can fit!
Is the beer here yet? These guys will need booze.
Hey, Arakawa-san's in a back room called the Dragon Chamber. Just act natural.
てかさ、頭使えばわかるけどさ、幹部がいるってことを思い出せよ。だって幹部一番の顔割れてんだろ。普通にバレるだろ。待ってやれやええやん。普通に待てやええやん。ちょっと待ってさ、助けが欲しいってなったら行きゃよかったじゃん。それで会えるやん、荒川さんに。それじゃダメなの。まあ、結果的にね、結果オーライならね、別にいいんだよ。ほら。あの人見張りかしら。だろうな、俺たちのようにまぐれ込むやつがいねえか経過してるんだろう。ここで心霊がバレたら相当やばいと思うけど、どうする春日くん。ここまで来たんだ。もちろん引くわけがねえ。まあそうだろうな。せいぜい見張りに見つからないように慎重に行くぞ。ああ、分かってるって。俺の後をついてきてくれ。はぁ。マジで言ってんのこれ。もうこんなめんどくせえことすんだったらよ。もう花から、しかも結構視界、めっちゃできるけど。マジで嘘？どっち行くんだ？セーバーできねえよな。相手の動きだけ探るか。少なくとも3人しかいないのか。なんかちゃんと 鍵かかってんじゃねって思うのだろう。いかにもの扉だな。この先が竜の門か。他にはそれらしい場所なかったな。行ってみるしかなさそうだ。よし、行くか。